Has anyone else been like incredibly disappointed in Hicks Tape so far? Me too. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. And today I just wanted to sit down for a bit and talk about Hardy and just what on earth happened to Hardy in 2021. My main question being just where did he go wrong? Because at least for me, 2021 has just been a massive train wreck for Hardy. It's just been like everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. He's got like an opposite Midas touch effect, whereas everything this guy touches just turns to trash this year. Which is such a stark difference from the old Hardy. Because last year, if anyone had the Midas touch, it was Hardy. Everything this man touched turned to gold. It turned to incredible music, including his debut record, A Rock. An album that not only myself, but it seemed like everyone really loved. It was one of my favorite albums of the year. A lot of people really enjoyed it, mostly because Hardy found a way to make bro country substantive. And so, because of that, people from all sorts of interests and tastes were able to latch onto this music. He took the few bright spots of bro country and really lit them up, really built on those and made a fantastic piece of work. Honestly, it appeared as if Hardy was going to almost revolutionize the genre in a way, but I guess 2021 showed the incredibly low ceiling that his style had. It was great while it lasted. I mean, the music he put out in the last few years was fantastic. But how is he going to expand from there? Well, the answer is he didn't. He hasn't. If anything, he's gone backwards somehow. At this point, in my opinion, Hardy just seems like he's blended into another boring bro country character. Everything he's been a part of so far in 2021 has either been incredibly forgettable or I wish it was forgettable. He started the year off with a Puddle of Mud cover, which, you know, granted was alright for what it was, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for from Hardy. Then he was a part of Beers on Me with Dierks Bentley and Braylon, which I just found obnoxious. And now we've moved on to Hicks Tape, which by all accounts has been just a disaster from all fronts. Which is really disappointing because Hicks Tape 2 was the record, the project that I didn't know I needed until it was announced. But now that they're putting the music out, I realized, well, I actually don't need this. Going back to Hicks Tape 1, it was this charismatic project that was super fun and had a lot of creativity flowing behind it. It really displayed Hardy's creative songwriting. The features were an absolute hoot of a time. I loved all the features. He did bro country in a very fun, approachable way. There was music that you could jam out full blast with your windows down driving, and there was also music you could listen to and think about. It was a nice balance given the nature of the mixtape being kind of a collection, a compilation of all sorts of music. It just had serious hits, whether it be One Beer, which I think is still Hardy's biggest song to date. Redneck Tendencies is one of my favorites. Nothing Out Here with Thomas Rhett. He Went to Jared with Morgan Wallen, which was an absolute banger. I don't care what you say. That's one of my favorite songs to listen to hype myself up. And I didn't realize this till I looked up the chords, but it is one chord. He Went to Jared is literally just D all the way through. So you know what? Props to Hardy for somehow making an entire song, an incredibly catchy song with a single chord. I can't tell if that's just ridiculous or impressive. But now, fast forward 2 years ahead to today, we got Hicks Tape 2 coming out, and it just sucks. Which sucks because I want to like the music, as I always say, and the branding was so promising. I was really intrigued that Hardy was actually making Hicks Tape a separate brand. It was no longer a Hardy project, but more a project supported by Hardy. It's got its own account on Apple. I'm assuming that's also on Spotify where you can find all the music. It's no longer Hardy's Hicks Tape. It's just Hicks Tape. It's a group of musicians coming together to have a good time and make some music. And so I thought that was like really cool. But then, man, the rollout came along, and of all the bad rollouts we've had this year, I know I tend to harp on them, but this one takes it all. This one sucks the most. One song a week for 12 to 14 weeks. I forget how many weeks it is. What is that? So the mixtape or Hicks Tape never actually drops. We're just gonna show up one day and the 14 singles have finally been like grouped together for organizational purposes. Because at the moment, they're all just flailing around and it fills up your library like crazy. Not mine because I haven't downloaded them. And then of course it's no surprise Morgan Wallen's on the last track, because then people are going to see, oh my gosh, Morgan Wallen's on this song. Let me go check it out. Oh, look, there's 13 other songs now. But for someone that's coming before the final track of the project, this rollout is just brutal. I'm sorry. Like, there's I'm no longer excited. There's nothing to look forward to. There's no date in my mind. It's like, oh, I want this one. Unless I were to pick out like certain features I'm excited to hear. But I'll get to the features in a minute. The singles so far have just been so bad that I don't even visit every Friday. Honestly, I only check it out if I hear a little snippet and say, oh, you know what, I might actually check that one out. Out of the 6 songs we've got so far, I would give 2 a pass, but of those 2, I've only gone back to 1, and that is Break Your Own Damn Heart with Midland. Midland just fits absolutely perfectly for this song. It's a honky-tonk based absolute jam, kind of like a Mr. Lonely kind of thing that Midland with their brokenheartedness, their sleazy player vibes just fits perfectly in. The chorus, I find the melody for Mark is a little stressed. It's a little tight for his vocal range, but oh well. I just think it's a perfect blend of Hardy's sound and Midland's sound. It's exactly what I would want from a novelty appearance like this. You take the 2 worlds, you put them together, you take the general themes from one side, the songwriting from the other, the sound from this side, the sound from the other, put it together, and you get a nice blend. That's what this song is, as opposed to the other guests like Matt Stell, Scotty McCreery, Colt Ford, Brantley Gilbert, Larry Fleet, Sean Stamali, Justin Moore, Chris Lane, Jimmy Allen, even John Party. I practically listed off every single feature so far, and that's for a reason. Everyone feels watered down and just mushed together. Like seriously, anyone could take anyone's place except Midland, and I wouldn't notice or care because all of their appearances are so lifeless. They're so non-distinct. You don't even know who's singing half the time. And I'm not just defending Midland because I am a big Midland fan, but I think we can all agree that of the songs so far, definitely has the most character, the most personality. But even then, like, you would think, I listed off some pretty distinct voices there, but more often than not, I don't even realize they were on the track until I read the names afterwards. Every song just sounds the friggin' same. Artists are given no chance to plead their own creative case. They're all just singing the same bland lines in the same bland fashion, and it sucks. Like, every guest appearance so far, other than Midland, is so forgettable, it's mind-boggling. Even John Party, I'm not going to give the guy the pass here, because his feature didn't go over that well. I mean, like, his was the other song that I would give the pass, because I think the writing shows off Hardy's more creative, humorous side, saying how maybe if he treated his problems right, they would leave him too, because every time he treats a girl right, they leave him. I find that creative, but his appearance still is just not overly impressive from a musical standpoint, from a performance standpoint. But not only is the production just swamping everything, but the songwriting this time around just is not up to par. The humor isn't funny. When Hardy tries to get clever, he uses mind-numbing pieces of imagery. It's like he's trying to bake this big exotic cake, but he's only using the worst imaginable ingredients. Like, it can only taste so good with what you're making it out of, and that's not very good. And like I said, the features do not help bring these songs to life either. But by far the worst tracks so far are Small Town on It and Hometown Boys. Beginning with Small Town on It, he's just talking about trucks and IDs and saying how they've got small towns on them, because I guess you can see the small town on a truck. And then at the end of the chorus, the big catch, he's like, ask me how I want it. I want some small town on it. On what? Like, on your life? Like, I think that's what he's trying to say. Like, I want my life to have small town on it. But it's just, it doesn't work, does it? And don't even get me started on Hometown Boys. Honestly, it's just one of the most obnoxious, overproduced, trash pieces of music we've gotten so far this year. You can expect to potentially see that one come back later this year, if you know what I'm hinting at. I just hate it. I hate it. At the end of the chorus, he's like, oh, it's about time somebody sang a song for them Hometown Boys. No, that's the issue. Everyone already has it. There's a whole subgenre about it. It's literally named after you guys. It's the genre you were bringing back until you made the... I could go on, but I'm gonna stop myself for a few reasons. A, I could ramble on for a long time, and B, I'm actually running on a very tight schedule. I need to get going. I'm looking at the time here. So it's probably good the time stops me before I ramble forever. I'm just bummed, man. Hardy gave me so much reason to expect great things over the coming years, but it just has failed to materialize so far. And I'm not counting Hardy out. I'm not saying he can't turn it around, but something's got to change, man, because Hicks Tape 2 so far is just not it. Like, I'm almost trying to turn a blind eye to it, but it's so many big names in one that as a reviewer, I can't turn a blind eye to it, but I really wish I could. It's just some of the most comatose, lifeless, monotonous bro country I've heard in a long time, and I guess that's the best way I can sum it up. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I need to get going. Links to my Instagram, Discord, and podcast are in the description below. Episode 7 of the podcast is out now. Bit of a delay. Episode 8 is coming at you very soon. Episode 9 is in the work. We're getting there. We even have a feature on episode 8. Yes, I'm going to hint you at that. So be sure to go check those out. And as I already said, Instagram, Discord, join them, follow them, have lots of fun over there. And until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.